This video will show you how to make a single color decal and specifically uses the equipment in my classroom 101A at Irvington, which is the Roland GS-24 Vinyl Cutter. First thing we're going to do is go to burbawi.com and sign up for Adobe. You're going to click this link, yes, I want the software. Inside that link is another link where you're going to donate $25 and your license will be good until September. Then we're going to open up Adobe, click on New File. We're going to make sure that our unit is inches and that our width and height are both 12. This is just a default setting. We can change it at any time. Before we do anything else, you're going to make sure that your menus are in the same spots that my menus are. You're going to go up to the Window menu, go down to Workspace, and make sure that the Layout option is checked. That will make your menus all in the same place mine are so we can have an easier time learning together. Our left-hand menu has a bunch of options in it. We're only going to be using 2 of them for this video. The first one is the Selection tool arrow at the top. If you ever find yourself using the Direct Selection tool, which is the white arrow, you need to make sure to click off of it and click onto the Black Selection tool. The white arrow does some different, more complex things. We're also going to be using the Text tool. So we're going to click on the Text tool. We're going to draw a text box nice and big. It fills it with junk text. So we're going to type in our awesome quote, my awesome quote. Whatever quote I want to put on the wall or on my phone or on my window. Then I'm going to use the Selection tool to go up here into the Character menu and change the size of that font. So I'm going to make that font maybe 100-point font. Notice that now it's so wide that it doesn't quite fit in my text box, and it put it on 2 lines. So I can resize my text box to make it in 1 line or, adjust things. I can also center it if that's what I want. I'm going to do this particular example just as 1 line, but there are a lot of options that you can do. You can make your quote look any way you want. In next videos, we're going to talk about how to make it like typed on a path, like on a curve or in a different shape. Now I'm going to choose a font. So rather than go into the Character menu all the time, I'm going to make my screen bigger because I can. And now the Character menu options, many of them are up here. I'm going to choose a different font. So let's go down here and choose a nice bold font that I'll be able to see really clearly on the wall that I like maybe Comic Sans. Just kidding, nobody wants Comic Sans. Let's do this one. My awesome quote in DIN condensed bold. Next thing I need to do is vector my font. So I'm going to go here to Type and go down here to Create Outlines. That has changed it from what Adobe recognizes as a font or a word into a vector. So I can no longer change the spelling of anything. I can no longer change the font. It is now a vector file. I know that because there are blue outlines around everything. And my vinyl cutter is going to cut along those vector lines. So if I were to get rid of the infill and the outline, notice both of those have red slashes in them, I still have vector lines, and my vinyl cutter is going to cut along those vector lines. If I want to see where things are, I can make the outline have some color, or I can make the infill have some color. If I want to get rid of that, I just click on this with the red slash. If I want to change the color, I can double click on it, and now I can change it to anything I want. The color that I choose here, however, makes absolutely no difference. The only thing that makes a difference with color is what I have installed in my vinyl cutter. Now, to send it to Ms. Burbawi in 101A, I'm going to save it on my computer, and I'm going to save it to my downloads folder. We'll call it quote 1. And then the version I'm going to change to Illustrator 8.